kind of sucks, because I know how this video is going to go. I'm going to say this thing's absolutely amazing, everybody's going to tell me I'm wrong, and it's going to fade into obscurity, but the NERF Pro Gelfire Raid is absolutely amazing. Alright, I couldn't resist. It's a gel blaster shotgun. If there's one thing that Gelfire blasters are actually going to be somewhat competent for, it's shooting lots of little gel balls at once, in one shot. A shotgun, if you will. And I honestly haven't seen like any other designs quite like the Raid here. I don't mean like the shape and everything it's in. I mean the fact that I haven't seen another gel blaster that shoots in a single trigger pull. But that's what the NERF Pro Gelfire Raid claims to do. Fire 5 projectiles at a single shot. I mean, now it's got a big ugly hopper on the top of it, but it needs that pretty decent capacity because it's going to be firing a lot of gel balls in one shot. Did somebody say Raid?
Hello, pupils. It's me, Professor Death Knight.
Look, man, I just said you could crash on my couch. I didn't say you could interrupt my video or change the color of my shirt.
Coming to you from Teleria University, legally not a real school, with a math problem. If you create a hit mobile game in 2019, how many champions will you have 4 years later? The answer is over 700. Champion Pop Quiz. Who's one of the hottest champions in Teleria right now? Well, Ultimate Death Knight, of course. The greatest, smartest, kindest... Sorry. I know it's so annoying when teachers talk about their kids. Anyways, not only does Raid Shadow Legends have tons of rad champions, it also has 15 amazing factions. So Faction Pop Quiz, can you name the latest faction?
Is it the Sylvan Watchers?
Well, if you said the elusive Sylvan Watchers, you're right. Some of the new champion arrivals are just so cool. We've had Wood Elves, Fey creatures, draconic priests, badass dwarven warriors, fearsome skinwalkers. Oh, so cool. Oh, crap. Oh, I didn't mark down who said Sylvan Watchers. Whatever. I'll just put it down that you all got it right. Great job.
I have a couple of questions. With all these new champions coming to Raid, aren't you a little nervous that maybe a few dozen of them will replace you?
Replace me? Well, if anybody replaces me, then I get to give them advice about everything I brought to the table, you know? That's just more opportunity to teach. My new passion.
Alright, well if you're not worried about that, then which of the new champions are actually your favorite?
Ultimate Death Knight. He's my #1 boy. I'm not supposed to have favorites, but I do.
Thanks, Professor Death Knight! And if you're looking for a way to bring your champions up to the next level and take your team to heights never before seen, well then you need to take on the new boss, Akamori the Phantom Shogun, because this new foe is hoarding everything you need to use the new Ascension accessory system, giving you a new way to take your gear even further beyond. And don't you dare sleep on the new limited animated series from Raid, Raid Call of the Arbiter. You can check out all 10 episodes right now on Raid's YouTube channel. But for those of you that haven't started Raid yet, make sure you check out the QR code in the top left corner of the screen or my link down in the description and pinned comment below where you can pick up the free Epic Champion Drake. So you'll have a powerful new ally to explore Teleria with, and also get a load of insane bonuses. Incredibly useful for the fights ahead. Scan the QR code, use the link, get your Lizard Man, and a bunch of really good stuff. Thanks again to Death Knight and Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. You better not have skipped that ad. Click the link. Seriously, help the channel out. Now where was I with the, oh god, not that crap. Oh, that's much better. Looks like the exact same hopper that you get with the Mythic, but yeah, fires 5 rounds at once, scatter shot. And I'm assuming it has to fire those at a pretty sufficient velocity because they have to break apart on impact, so they have to have enough velocity to do that. Now, of course, the Gelfire Raid is shooting gel balls, which are little rehydratable pellets that are 99% water, and they have a sufficient amount of mass and weight to them. Now, you can't reuse them because they break apart on hit, but they give you 10,000 when you buy the blaster, and at 5 shots per trigger pull, yeah, it'll take you a long time to burn through that, and guess what? Extras cost nothing, so you can't reuse the ammo, but it's still incredibly cost effective. The major downside with these is that you have to hydrate them before a fight, which can take up to 4 hours, so you gotta plan ahead. Oh yeah, all right. Hopper, safety glasses, very important, and 2 5,000 round packs of Gelfire rounds. Of course, the blaster itself, which is, I mean, I'm not super crazy about this practically non-existent, non-adjustable stock, but that's pretty decent. It definitely rests in the right place for you to let's fire this thing off the hip. I mean, there's not too many times you're gonna actually shoulder this, because you're gonna have a honking great hopper in your face. I mean, it's pretty smooth, but it's got the front stop and the back stop, so that'll be fine. That was a lot of power. Doesn't sound like much, but that's a pretty considerable amount of effort to prime it back. Does it have slam fire? No, it does not, which is a shame. Maybe it's just me, but the build quality on this one doesn't seem, up to snuff. Let me know if you experience that yourself in the comment section below. Got like a NERF rival rail up at the front of it, and that's pretty much everything. Except for the crazy barrel system where it has 5 chambers, and it will always fire the projectiles out in this like chevron configuration, which is... it's pretty cool. But the real question is, does it reliably feed all 5? I guess it's not a huge issue if it only fires like 3 of them sometimes, but it has to fire something every single time you pump it, or else this thing will be completely worthless. These are just some random ones I had around for the sake of testing at this point. Okay. Just seemed like a spray of water came out. No, that is firing multiple projectiles. I don't know how I'm gonna chronograph this thing. Maybe if I only drop 1 gel ball in? This is probably like one of the only ways I could get super hyped for a Gelfire blaster, because it's a shotgun and they're tiny projectiles and it shoots multiple of them. It's practically made in heaven. This is like the most satisfying gel blaster I have ever touched. So we're about 25 feet back from the car, which is about prime shotgunning range. It's actually like typical NERF engagement range. And I really want to show you how effective this thing is, because it is some of the most fun I've ever had with any kind of NERF product. Let's do that again. Let's do that a couple of times. Let's just shoot the Volt, which is the best car ever. But that is... oh, that's the first time I've had it not fire. No, it's been really good so far. Let me move the camera a little bit closer so you can see exactly how that spread's working from back here. All right, so I'm standing at the same spot. All right, just for fun, I'm seriously far back. I'm gonna go a little bit behind the camera, and I wanna show you what the actual spread and range can be and still be effective. A little bit of an arc. I am pelting that car. I could probably get about another double the distance with a heavy arc and still reliably hit a target. All right, so the way that we can compare various NERF blasters is using a tool called a chronograph. Meet Freddy, my chronograph. Now, Freddy measures the velocity of things in feet per second, or FPS. Typical NERF blasters hit around 70 FPS. This is a NERF blaster, but it's not shooting the same kind of projectile. So the numbers here are only gonna be valid if they're being compared to other things that fire the same type of ammo, in this case, gel ball rounds. Now, of course, this is a shotgun, so really the only way I can try to chronograph it is by dropping 1 BB in at a time and, yeah, using that number, which is obviously not how this blaster is meant to function, but we gotta get some kind of baseline number. 152.8. 142, 155, 142 again. Ah, I hit the side of the chronograph. 158. That one didn't count. That was obviously something going wrong there. 155. I hit the side of the chronograph again, but you can get it. It's typically 140 to little mid 150s. But this is a shotgun in the truest sense of the word. And quite honestly, your velocity doesn't matter much at that point. All right, once again, things get a little bit weird when we go to the shooting range. Because this fires multiple projectiles, the target can't really detect multiple hits at once. It would just count it as one big hit. But I do have some physical targets down there. These are the e-shooter targets that I've had. I put them up a little while ago. They are by far the best physical targets I've had for Nerf, and they have a new version out that's Bluetooth controlled, which I really want to get a couple of those as well. But they will be perfect victims for our NERF Pro Gelfire Raid here. And I'm going to try to give you a little first-person view so you can kind of see. I'm obviously not shooting at a huge long distance or anything like that, but it's a shotgun. Let's see how well it can clear. It's a little awkward, but I'm gonna do my absolute best, so let's get rolling. And I already missed. And I missed again. There we go. Ah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, the jams are a little problematic. I don't know how you stop them yet. Probably good enough. Now, is the raid perfect? No. The only issue I have with it is the jamming that happens, and I'm not sure if that's something I'm doing wrong, if that's a problem with my unit, or that's just how things are going to work. Honestly, it's really easy to fix, because you just put this thing upside down, tap it, and you're good to go. But it's not a matter of if it happens, it's a matter of when. It does detract from the experience somewhat, but what I'm trying to say is that everything else this does outweighs that tenfold. This is stupid fun. I really want to be able to use this in an actual game. I really hope they iterate on the design of the raid into another future one that doesn't have this hopper problem, because my goodness, is it good. The range is perfect for a shotgun. The spread is perfect for a shotgun. The projectiles, it will shoot anywhere from 5 to like 8 or 9 sometimes. Perfect for a shotgun. It feels good to use. You can obviously improve it because it has a plunger tube and a spring in it, so you can increase these things. You might even be able to increase the actual barrels. The grip is really comfortable on this thing. The stock is practically non-existent, but you could fix that. The pump is pretty comfortable in my opinion, and at a $40 price point that's bound to come down with time, that is absolutely awesome. Even without having anybody to play against, I am having a ton of fun with this blaster. I'd have absolutely no qualms using this in the field against 250 FPS gel blasters because it's a shotgun and it does something completely different. In fact, I'd really like to use this in a standard foam dart war, and I know that'll never happen because we can't have good things. This thing costs 40 bucks and the ammo costs virtually nothing, and right out of the box, it is very, very good. If you found it under the Christmas tree or unwrapped it for your birthday, I don't think you'd be disappointed because this is probably the only Gelfire blaster that is actually super competent, unique, and fun. Even if you went to other companies, even if you looked online on Amazon or something like that, you will struggle to find a gel blaster shotgun, let alone one this good. I'm sure it will be cloned at some point, but it is really good. Nerf deserves the accolades for that because this is really, really fun and actually turns my opinion on Gelfire almost in a complete 180. Now, Nerf, if you can just make a semi-auto shotgun, like an AEG or something like that for 90 bucks, I will buy 2 of them and be absolutely in heaven.